Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, my name is Omotola Itinerary. You can call me Omo, and you're most definitely welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're also welcome. So guys, today I'm going to be talking about how to plan a solo travel. If you want to plan a solo travel very soon, or you wish to actually go on solo travel and you don't know how to go about it, then you want to watch this video till the end. So today the first thing we'll be considering is create a list of possible destinations. So that's the first thing you have to do. You have to think about the destination you want to go to. For example, if you want to go to the Maldives, if you want to go to Greece, if you want to go to Paris, if you want to go to England or anywhere else you want to go to, you have to create a list of possible destinations that you have in mind. Then you kind of check if the weather at the moment in all those countries are actually suitable for you, and you have to check the list of the countries and see the one that best suits you for that moment. For example, if you are actually experiencing winter where you are and you want to go to a country that is actually having their summer, you already know that you have to check through the destinations you want to go to and pick the one that best suits you. So the second thing you want to consider is the visa requirement. Depending on the passport that you've got, you need to check the visa requirements of the possible destinations that you've already shortlisted out of the ones you already have in mind. For example, if you have like 3 countries in mind, you need to check the visa requirements and see the one that is actually very easier to get, or see if your passport can actually travel down to that destination visa free. So you need to like check the visa requirement first and see if you need to apply for a visa, and check the consular information or the visa information of that country and see how long it's going to take you to get the visa. See the requirements, if you are able to meet the requirements, and if you're not, then you have to go and check if your passport can actually travel to any other destination you have in mind, or if another country actually has a lesser requirement that you are able to meet. So that is actually the second thing you need to consider when you want to solo travel. So after you are done settling for a particular country or countries, depending on how long your vacation is going to be, the third thing you need to consider is the best time to actually travel to that destination. For example, you might want to go for some activities, and or you might want to do some things, fun activities while on the vacation. You need to check if the weather at that moment is suitable for every fun activities you want to do. So you don't get to the country and start saying that okay, you already have a list of things you want to do, and out of the 10 things you want to do, 9 isn't possible because of the weather. So you want to check the weather of that country and see the activities you have lined up, and see if you'll be able to get to do all of them while on your vacation. So the fourth thing you want to do is check for flights. I always recommend people to check for flights from different airlines and also from different search engines. You want to consider Skyscanner, Google Flights, and some other search engines that actually gives you the best prices. And you always try to travel during the off-peak period, because that's when you can get cheaper flights. You don't want to book flights when everything is expensive and end up spending too much. And it's always good when you're flexible with your dates, because flexibility with the dates would actually give you more chances to get cheaper flights during the off-peak period. Then the next thing is you go ahead to book your flight. After you are done comparing prices, you've checked for the flight, you've seen the one that best suits your budget, you go ahead and book that flight. And you make sure that you check all the flight rules, because some airlines actually give you a very low price and they don't actually give you the opportunity of checking in your luggage. You end up having just 10 kg or just a carry-on bag, and you want to go on your vacation and pack a lot of things. So you need to check through the flight details to be sure that you have everything you need, because if you don't, you have to pay extra when you get to the airport and you want to like check in your bags. So you need to pay attention to that too. The next thing you want to do is purchase travel insurance. That is actually very, very important, because when I went to Dublin, I actually lost my luggage. The airline actually misplaced my luggage, not me, and I didn't have a travel insurance because I just felt like I didn't have a travel insurance, and I went through too much inconveniences, and I even had to cut my trip short because I couldn't access my luggage. So you want to have a travel insurance because of cases like this, and maybe you fall ill while on your vacation. You'll be able to have access to medical help and everything. You'll be able to have access to that, and you might actually fall sick even before traveling, and you want to cancel your flight, and also you don't lose all the money you paid. That's where your travel insurance come into play. So that's why you need to book your travel insurance. It's very, very important. So the next thing you want to do is create the list of itineraries. That's the activities you plan on doing on your solo travel. You can check TripAdvisor, you can check other Google for activities you can do while in that particular country. For example, you're in England, you check for activities to do. You are visiting England, London to be precise. You can check for activities to do in London. You check for the prices. You search for the ones that actually suit your budget, and you have them lined up on your notepad. That's what I do most times when I want to visit a country. I actually make a list of the things I want to do. I check Google, I check TripAdvisor, I make lists on my notepad. I already know what I want to do for a particular day. For example, if I want to visit 5 places in a day, I already know that this is where I want to visit. I already have it on my notepad. So it makes your traveling very easier, and it makes navigating very easier. You already know what you want to do. You check for addresses of the places you want to visit and every other thing you need to know. The next thing you want to do is create a packing list. You know, you already have the country you want to visit, you already have activities you want to do. The next thing you want to do is make a packing list, because that's what I do last. Okay, for example, you already know the activities you want to do. So knowing the activities, you already know the kind of outfit that suits every of the activities. For example, if you want to go on a boat cruise, you already know what you want to pack. If you want to go to the beach, you already know that there's an outfit for the beach. If you want to go hiking, you already know there's an outfit for hiking. So you already have your activities lined up. That will give you more ideas on what to pack cloth-wise. So the next thing you want to do is book your hotel. You know why this is coming last. You already made your itinerary, the activities you want to do. You already booked your flight. You already know how you want to spend your vacation. The next thing you want to book is book your hotel. Then while booking the hotel, you need to consider the activities you want to do. There are some hotels hotel or Airbnb that are actually at the city center, so that way you have access to a lot of activities. So for example, if 5 of your activities is actually at that city center, it's always good to find an apartment in that city center. And for example, if the money is too much, if it's too pricey, you can always opt in for apartments very close to the city center, that you can be able to access all those areas, all those activities you want to do. You'll be able to access them freely, and there's a good road network or transportation network that will take you to all those activities. So it's always easier to book your hotel last, not like to book an apartment somewhere else and you end up spending an hour to get to one location, then you have to spend another 45 minutes or something to go to the next location. And even aside the time factor, the money it involves, you end up spending too much on your holiday, and you don't want that. And while booking your hotel and apartment, make sure you read the reviews. It's actually very important to read the reviews. Most times, the moment I check booking.com, because I book most of my apartments on booking.com, or hotels, I book them on booking.com, the first thing I go to is the reviews. I check the oldest review, I check the recent reviews, I check their rating, I read about people's experiences. It's actually very important to read about people's experiences, because it's going to give you a picture of how the hotel is and what to expect. So if an hotel or an apartment is not having a very good review, don't say because it's actually very cheap you want to go for it. You are going to regret it. Sorry to say that, but that's the truth. So you need to read reviews of every apartment or hotel you want to book before you book them. Next thing you want to do is send your itinerary to someone. When I went to Morocco, that was actually what I did. I sent all my flight details, the hotels that I already booked on booking.com. I sent everything to my brothers, if you have husband, wife, or boyfriend or girlfriend, or friend, best friend that is actually very close to you, it's always good when you send your itinerary to them. And when you are going out every day, you already tell them, okay, this is where I'm going to. You send them live location. You download Google Map. There's a Google offline map that makes you have access to Google Map even when you don't have an internet connection on your phone. And most times I used to advise you getting a local SIM of the country you are visiting the moment you touch down the airport. Is very, very important, so you don't get stranded. You might be in any situation or any circumstance at any time. It's always good when you have internet network, or even if you don't have an internet connection, you are able to make a phone call. So it's always advisable to get a SIM the moment you touch down the destination country. So guys, we've gotten to the end of this video. If you have any question whatsoever, please drop it in the comment section, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on post notification. See you on my next video. Mwah.